Tonight on EA Sports. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders.
The dog pound will be barking as EA Sports is pleased to join you from the always raucous Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland offense making their way out. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Okay, so he stepped foot out of bounds. Charles came back in first to touch it, and they got him for illegal touching.
Yeah, and you know it doesn't matter either, Brandon. Catch it, don't catch it. If you're the first to touch it, that's going to draw a flag.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the NFL's third leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? He's to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's their quarterback. 81 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
He, remember, had that long dynamic touchdown run the last time they had the ball. We'll see what he can do to try to top that here. It's 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up in.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did.
His guys still have the lead, but that pick 6 a moment ago didn't help matters much as they start with a 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So it's a win here for the Cleveland Browns, and it's thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, Charles, and that's one Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he really had a great night throwing the football. 3 touchdown passes. He was totally locked in. He was precise, and he really willed his guys to the victory.
Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL.
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done, in his mind, each and every time.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. It's caught, Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not...
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch. And it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
The throw over the middle taken in.
Now inside the 25, Amari Cooper.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns have regained the lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He found Amari Cooper with a touchdown pass last time they had the ball, and they'll start here now with a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
Still going.
Touchdown! David Njoku, 75 yards.
And the Browns have yet again retaken the lead.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that would.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another already in this first half.
They'll drop to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown, but he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Hassan Reddick able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's a special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Shoves him aside. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 3. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far, running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd down and 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself.
Last drive on their opening drive, he finished it off with a touchdown run of his own. And now they begin here 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
He had the touchdown run on the last drive, his second of this first half, as his guys start here with a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Back to throw. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Elijah Moore, 32 yards. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then it's a...
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10.
They begin this drive with Chubb.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Looking to throw. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. But he's done everything right so far in this first half. 2 touchdowns.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he shifts past him. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And they can't bring him down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And Chubb will try the middle here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns 1st down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line.
They go up the middle with Chubb.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
A good pickup there for the Browns. 5th.